Ka Samshe Zerim Shamse Shugi Tingle Tanda de Taringi de Ani Pimi Kimsa Gedu Pimi Kimsa Gedu Be Pimi Kidu Nyamnyo Tari Ani Haga Sunzi Lamne Geneva Nyamde Gezo So Shudu Ge Legu Teng Yatamba Tenangi Duna Konke Kebe Ge Legu Teshin Suisa Ledense Pirim Ma Tekzu Ne Pimi Kidu Nyamnyo Tanhen Du Koti Nangi Ani Toma de la Tanda Dinal Ijitona Shu Mogo Chetari Zerim Samama Chikidushi Kendo Chetuma Shu Shagi Ani Shoge de Garanzo Suchukchi da Kamachunge to la Tuami Topdan Legu Palace Wilson Di Tula Tanda de Garanzo Mima Saman Henzum Nanju de Di Tup Sabare Antine Tanda Zerim Suchukchi da Kama Sumju to la Zerim Ngoche Nanju Ta Ani Ta Ngozo Tanda de Zerim de Ani Subega Dusmale de Yu Ani Sumbati Peri Mima Sodu Tamda Nobula Chone Legu Ngoche Sushe Nanju yi Chuze Chukchi Ta Kama Shivji Shenge Tola Tanda de Peri Mima Sodu Chone Sushe Nanju Ta Ani DJ Kama Chunge Je La Chuze Chungi Tola Nyamdre Gezo Tuami Topdan Henzo Ge Chijab Genzi Chona Pyuji Shudu Chadishi Ani Jalo Naya Redia Tanda Suisa Ledense Peri Mima Ge Pidun Ta Taganashi Ani Tanda Dela Pimi Kidu Nyamnyo Ge Kunazuki Ani Somushine Ani Ma Jalo Nangire Tine Chuze Chungi Da Kama Nishu Tola Kembe Nangyu Ta Ani Su Chungi Da Kama Sumju Tola Nyamdre Gezo Ge Chosu Ani Kumju Nangyu Yi Ani Chuze Tangbo Tola Nyamde Gezo Ge Duntan Do Jo Nangyu Chuze Tangbo Yone Kama Nge Tola Pyo Gega Chimbe Gelu Piju Da Tangaji Geje Po Pamunam Ye Che Do Nyangye Ngaje Kama Chik Nangyu Yi Te Je La Chuze Tangbo Yone Kama Chunge Tola Kuzab Tenjo Kungo Chimi Rinzin Chone Sungshe Nangyu Yi Chuze Tangbo Yone Kama Sumju Tola Ani Pimi Kidu Nyamnyon Ke Legu Genzin Kushab Tazan Kunjo Chone Sungshe Nangyu Tiye la Chuze Tangbo Yone Kama Shibju Tola Mutu Ne Kembe Nangyu Ta An Chuze Tangbo Yone Kama Ngabju Tola Europe Ge Chidu Ani Kungo Samdo Chamba Sirin Chone Sungshe Nangyu Yi Ta Chuze Nibe Yone Kama Nge Tola Sube Tunso Chobe Ge Gyunleba Kushab Khataba Tesunam Chone Sungshe Nangyu Ani Chuze Nibe Yone Kama Chunge Tola Suis Pyoge Pime Sobe Sodo Chamgu Santa Maria Digi Chone Sungshe Nangyu Yi Chuze Niba Yone Kama Nisenge Tola Europe Pyoge Shunu Tunso Ge Tozo Kusha Ado San Jingme Chone Ani Sungshe Nangyu Yi Dine Chuze Niba Yone Kama Sumju Suenge Tola Sago Seta Yal Chalo Nangyu Yi Chuze Niba Yone Kama Shiv Shenge Tola Mikse Kundre Suis Ki Trezo Pyoge Jabjo Sobe Ge Somi Suba Kusha Rene Lonje Chone Ani Sungshe Nangyu Re Dine Chuze Niba Kama Ngabju Ngenge Tola Ke Mutu Ni Kembe Nangyu Yi Chuze Sumda Kama Nga Tola Ani Ngananzu Sangme Mima Sangma Nyamshu Tone Tenzi Milam Teo Nangyu Ta Ani Chuze Sumba Yone Kama Chukab Chu Chuze Di Tola Ani Taringi Ani Tuji Shege Jukde Sungshe Nangyu Yi Ani Chuze Ngaba Chuze Sumba Yone Kama Chunge Tola Taringi Legu Sangma Jukde Nangyu Yi Taringi Legu Da Tama De Sumba Yone Kama Chunga Da Dus Chuk Tikyu Ta Ani Tanda Nganazu Ki Zerim Ma Dushi Zerim Le Shi Shaba Ina Tanda Ngodu Zerim Sumba De Lebyu Zerim Sumba De Tanda Nganazu Ki Peri Ma Tsodu Somda Navula Chone Ani Taringi Legu Ngodu Ki Sungshe Nangyu Yi Tuche Na Europe Jidu Kongo Santa Champala Chota Dine di Europe Shunu Chozo Ado Jingmala Dine Pime Suski Tata Pime Chokwe Chozo Digila Dine
시비 춘조 저배 교례바 가다 받으실라 디네디 페미 기도 냠뇽기 겐지 따상 군조라 제벤 처음에나마다 안디 차데 처음에나마 된데미마 다시 소마샤 토마데 나마데게 참마나 삼리 테스트에 쉬고요 나드네 드리데 가서 점나이데 나마저 킹기레 로직 나라 마스테 그리미마기 진짜 숨바 투바 중이 제제 아니 냠제 계속 조미 톱단기 현조 처벌값수 개별 나에다 안지게 슈도 표기 레그스도 남기네 잡는 요래 디 도스들이데 마스터나 시버레 안디 토네 들이대 가서 믹스에디 갈차요 주변나 들이 가서 때 미만다 아니 페미 기도 냠뇽기 초반이 핸드 도스나게 요래 다디 토네 겹종기 내지 틀들 쉬어봐나 마스티 타로 냠제 계속 뛰어나 마스티 티링기 도스니 레그나이디 투지 찬데 데스케 가지도 공연 채소 진다 니베 존에 제다데 냠제 계속 로미 톱단기 손도디 비게 우조나 요래 대값소 마스티 진다 니베 졸라마스티게 나에기 디레시나 와이나니 마저 대값소 페베 로사케데요레 페베 로사케데 버송사 미만 남아서 좀토에다 디레기 내단제 가고요레 마스테 투미 차례난게 소레 가고요레 제사 디토네 주마소 안 디제라 마스테 숨지 투제다 디레제제 아니 진짜 선배 고라니 마스테 난토에 민도 안데니 마야마 제주 슈두 안테 페미 기도 냠뇽기 티리 살락바 니모체 안 진짜 선배 제와 주지 니모테 프랑스기 레그 나그도 레그디에 안지게 시라 개침버리샤 테마 자다 못한 나그도 프랑스비게 니돈 중이네 제나제 따다레데 테마 자다 못해 차대샤 안디네 모선사 되게 페메기도 냠뇽기 대유 처음에 남아서로 파 제와슈체 안지게 데랭아즈데 미망기 나이디 남아서 그때 나왔다 주주님도 나와나 가서 니마치가 도스나와나 되게 유명치 간데 쉬이 대슈도니 단다 대유 차례나게 속이 갈 송고도 쓰여나 미마님도 카드 이내 비게 차례나에게 아니 가수다 다지 양사 유송고도 제산디 디 내주디 팀이 정도 야남페 팀이 남버서기 대 모두 가지 가다 만나서 제바선상 갔을 때 드리나에디 초직내 조미 편하게 조미 톱다 지신 지도도 조심해 값수 아니 단다디 손도 냠레께서 조미 톱단기 초대 십시송기 손도 값수 안가스데 개별나에다 남규대에다 아니 저게 연구 잡는데 주진이마다 슈도 표가 줘야 되는데 디레게 레거지래 아니 초니네 단데 녀를 쉬쉬래 페미 기도 냠뇽기 딘데 레그 잡나에디 테마 자다 맞차대요래 디 테마 자다 맞디 나라스 코란스키 마그 타나가 돈에다 지게 게르기 단데 김상 가지고 나 되버지래 안데 이동 중이네 제 다다보도 마체나체 아니 살하베 대와 징나라 살하고 타마니 도스나 나세 쇼샤 안데 타마 자나기 보송사 딘데지기 내수지다 안 미마기 인원에 마스테 단다 페미 기도 냠뇽 기 차례 나와솔라 안지게 잡조 천제다 안 동생 남게 천제기 대도스님도 나와지 드레스웨이 대제다들이 드링하스데 야 슈도 부에다 까메 슈고에도 차상 개바직 단다 디제대가스데 제림나 요래 안지게 슈도 부에기 차리 마자로 나게래 인지나 자로 나게래 제사 내가 차상세 요래 안제라 마스데 도미 톱다 기 드리니모데 제도 초반이네 사고 세라지 도스네 트디슈 요래 데 마자로 나에다데 준비 도스나게 요래 제산 디즈나 내주 차상세 요래 나버서 디즈나 시로나 슈에이 안드링아스데 좀 나에디 미마 차단 두시 님도 좀 나모고 주나서 두스카메 중레디 가이 슈베나 나버서 캥기레디 롱베나라레 다지게 담닝나라 또이 돈내기 내염디다 배속 전부시라 도대요레 디톤에 안지게 스위스 유종기 람드레 지니바 나디 숑기 람드레 년도백 람드레 안타데디 네다 자다고 딘데지라라스데 심주 쉬제 드링하스데 나에디 아니 피미 기도 냠용기 소매 남았었다 아마스데 피미 남았었데 님도 도세나제 미만소데 님 믹세 페모고제 제 두시네 답디우치 나에지다 안 튼다 돈이 나스데 차산산 요수에이 아직 가면나에다 나스데 공어지되게데 갈로비오레 아니 나스데 닝고 다다 주주 닝고 주주 베제니데 제가 심베데 가스마스데 공어 튼저게 갈롭제 안데 제데 스스키단다 주조 투미 소바 고샵 르네르시게 수 갈롭나에데 제제 안 튼다잖아 차산산과 안데 닝고 주주님에 돌아 마스데 소속의 바장의 연대네디 비밀기도 냠용기 고작 폐쟁했을 슈도 야표가 되기 투주까지 슈도 표에다 약 까메슈에도 차상 유베스네 안 튼다 전에 차상상 유고 하실라 안 단대디 내ям다 딘데 자라 친구 유고 선사 안데데 미마시우 좀 먹어지 안데 답대 우스나나 제제 도스나 요래 안데 돈행었을 롱베 팀레 안직 지니바 가데기 다지게 람데와네 나스데 토숑제 냐유 토숑제 남버스데 피도 비미 기도 냠용기 토숑데 소라 요래 나스데 미망원에 안 팀에 남버서다 양직 팀에 고잡해와 안지게 콘트롤 남버서 디 차상어주 토숑데 소라유 안 남버서데 양직 토숑나 토경고나 대소로 남버스데 토나야 주고 인수에 디 도체 다드네 다지 쉬쉬래 야 슈도 베기 내주도 다대 차단 쉬모고체 드리데 도미 톱단기 니메토네 맞아 미망은 쉬고에디 단당에 마 쉬고이엔 다 기도 냠뇨 토네 쉬고에디 단다디 프랑스기 슈도 이게제 요래 언제라 뉴고 잡라 단다디 고샵단다 다상 군쇼라게 도스마 칼롬나체 나버서 생기래 단당 가서 미망은 쉬고에디 지단다 직벌데 드리데 야 슝데 토네 직쇼고도 나중에 쉬고에디 딱 표현하게 내다한테 믹스게 도미 톱단디 지신 지도도 두고도 체제 쉬웨이 아니 다 대고를 보게 십자기 내주도 좀 한테 차디 표와도 지나 세계래 이내다 도도도 쉬웨나 안 단다고도 표현하라 표미 자당 압중 압식이 랑소 매주 표현에 다 디내당 돈에 가서 표현하기 도미 톱단 지당기다 내당 가리메디 세우시다레데 세시 미세고에 가요 말에 디제 안데네 년자 아리기 단다디 라왕 강바 쇼고라 다다 인지나 프리덤 하우스 쇼고도와 디기 털리기 년도에 나라 걸송도 쇼바나 안 벽이 사고디 잠링나라 라왕 중슈 니바데레도 제제 년도에 나도나샤 디에 니동 주로네 제다다 튀마도스네 단다보도 도스네 손대요레 벽이 사고디 잠링나라 라왕 중슈 니바 레도 슈고 the Freedom House reports that Tibetan territory is the second least free territory in the world. This social the digitone 표현하게 내다다 도미 돕다 세우시다래 나대 가서 디리데 가서 야슈에 그림 보시오나 안직 냠제 계속 안직 수숑 믹세 냠제 계속 도미기 돕다 생각한데라 믹세기 게 여버선사 안지게 대저도라 비게 투십난제 안 배회 내들이 간요디 간다 한 규교지 새로 나스 뒤에 지게니 경고는 뭐지 구삼님도 최명기 못 이마 다지게 되면아버디 삼체여로 이마 못되지니 딘데그도네 공에 세다 강에디 세답기 탑시 나로나스 믹세긴 다로데 냠데께서 도미 톱단기 지접긴지 캐나ल 페기 가면 나고도 베제비 땡케요서레 디데 임바나 캐나ल야 시고 페디 표현을 인지미지야 배전 표현하기 내주 뭐요 내주 가리매직 도심나제 디마 점리라 세라나야다 디토네니 표현하기 강에세 딘데지 나로나스 그것이외에 대제다드네 말스 대 치료를 쉬에 되나래 다 나로네 나스 표면 난그 돌아테스 다 신이 쉬고도 다디 마셔란 줄이셔 자 망부 쉬에디 언제나 딘데 좀 배고서 덴보다면도 이네 나라서 치료를 비게 강에다 다직 재미다 디 점리를 봐 쉬도 개겨래 이네 가서 표면 난그 참들 독사 찍려 거야 돼. 배 할래왜 개점 버리셔. 데이터네 아직에 말았을 때그 시즌 얘기 다지게 우리 양다 보시고로 와. 아직에 말았을 제진날에 벽이 다 간다지게 우리 벽이 다 간다. 천다도 소를 되게는 겸거를 못지기 가시도 왜. 아직에 말았을 벽이 다지게 덴바스에 제도 폐마도네 뉴마케로 나슈에이 다직 까메 담아나에 안점거는 버질라 비게 세세슈에 딘데 사원니네 만나러 나슈에이 딩아란스 난규기 다직 난기 차디디 디고도와 나란스 때난 비게 독사 도티보 안틱 툼보 점거는 버질 까시도와 안티 페미 다디 직소쇼고로 딩자나디 딱강게마이나 진조쇼쇼고로 페미 진조쇼기 비게 람드에 나와나시 페도와치 디레스나 고에데 개점버리자 나란스데 낭 지부여베나 가서 치료기 비게 달파 카텐 쪽으로와 디메베나 나란스데 투스 망고지 나란스 능규기 다직내주 딘데가 비게 돌아두고도 제사 남아서기 인지민지 대 공부시로나 디르댕에 대 페와서 쉬고 말다 대 마스디 년디 랭기 우선산 디제라 단데 태동은 난그 요래 제마 유튜브나 세요서나 마스디 미마 스스미마 지단단 근데 대수인번에 대수고요 데이터네 딘데 진지미 나로나 다 데이터네 저게 가서 대 딘데지 만나면나 쇼치에 되는 가셔야 요 말에 이내 다 저게 가서 대 페미조 가서 낭바리 안치 낭베치 켈레게 무슨사 레금데스게 인지민지 비게 켈레나 거지 안치 벽이 다 저 대시다 대바세 같은다 차례 남아도 왜네 아직 디반뉴다 된게 왜나 소소 레금데 따따다 대요 말레스 아직 가와이네 소소 켈레네 야고 요거 말에 지발이네 야고 요거 말에 제사 디참에기 공부시로나 디 낭티보 낭비기 야고 요베 돈에 가서 치료기 다 저게 재미 카데 잡고에레 안치게 냠데 조소리야 슈도 피고에레 안치 가서 대요 스스 중라야 대도 피고에 딘데 중거레 마시 낭 비게 지금 디 도사티 지금에보다 낭 비게 tempo면 왜나 가서 난 토요 말 제산 디 남아서 공부시로나 안치다 난 네가 비게다 참여도네 비게 차게 야구 좀 되었지 고에디 개점버리셔 제산다 드리데 까메시에디 대 참조슈기 드르만 제라 가서 까메나게 심바 속에 망고 용그래 안치 슈도 표에 두서 나는 내주 세우 파스 수에 두서 가가 토요고로 와 제산 남아서 안드리데 퇴주 다들 단대 내가 비슈베나 퇴주 디베트 시라디 깔레 가부차 되어래 롱베나라 니얌 디베트 다지 캡심베기 다지 내다 자타부차 요래 디임바이네 때 남아서데 드리 페이지에는 지게 딘데기 제고치 도스난 토레 안가스데 스위스타 리덴스탄 페미미 직송에네 되게 남아서 참아라 투체나 주의 로선 참아 투체나
초수 참다 누구초라 투지나 수에 소셜 나바들라 디제기 제림디 가라 스위스타 리더스타 페리미마키 단다 페도 쿠샵다스타발라 초네 냠데 계속 도미 톱단 현조기 지급 견제초라 페규 슈두 처리 잘로 난주디 we have next from speech next even we have Mr. Tashtawa, the Tibetan Secretary of TCSL, and he is going to read out the Memorandum of Appeal to the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights.
I'm going to read today's memorandum of appeal letter to Ms. Michelle Bachelet, the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights. Your Excellency, we the Tibetan community from Switzerland and Liechtenstein are writing to request you to visit Tibet during your visit to China this year and intervene on the human rights situation in Tibet. We welcome your timely announcement to visit China this year to analyze the human rights situation in China. This would bring great joy to millions of Tibetans, Uyghurs, Hong Kong Jews, and other peoples living under the Chinese rule. However, no analysis of human rights situation in China can be complete without a visit to Tibet. Tibetans in Tibet have been facing severe human rights violations in over 60 years of illegal occupation by People's Republic of China. As we commemorate the 61st anniversary of Tibetan National Uprising Day, the situation in Tibet has only gone worse. The government PRC has consistently continued to violate every facet of human rights of Tibetans with impunity. It has led 154 Tibetans to self-immolate in Tibet since 2009 as a mark of peaceful protest, calling for the world's attention to these violations. But the UN and Your Excellency's office has chosen to remain silent. However, Tibetans continue to pin hopes on the UN and appeal the UN and Your Excellency's office to intervene in the deplorable human rights situation perpetuated by PRC in Tibet. The following gives a glimpse of the situation in Tibet. Number 1, coronavirus. We Tibetans express deep solidarity to all the Chinese affected by the outbreak of coronavirus and send our condolences to families who have lost their dear ones and our prayers for speedy recovery of the people affected by the virus. However, the Chinese government is using this outbreak as an excuse to further perpetrate the human rights violations of Tibetans, which should cease immediately. The reports of discrimination against Tibetans in the name of prevention and control of the virus has also become prevalent. Number 2, violation of right to freedom of religion. The recent demolition of Larungar and Yachingar, started in 2016, has left an indelible scar on the religious and spiritual beliefs of Tibetans. More than 10,000 monks and nuns have since been forcefully evicted and put into internment camps for political re-education. The situation in these camps are so harsh that recently a Tibetan nun was driven to commit suicide to escape from the harsh life of the internment camps. The restriction on religious activities continue unabashedly. Tibetan children are banned from engaging in religious activities during vacations, and elderly retired Tibetans are prohibited from going on Kora, that is, circumambulation of religious shrines, and from participating in religious activities. The admission of novices to religious institutions are not just regulated, but also restricted. There are fixed quotas for the number of monks and nuns. The right to freedom of religion of Tibetans from every age group is violated. The state agencies are directly interfering in the administration of monasteries and nunneries through monastic management committees. Even the process of recognizing the reincarnation of lamas, a sacred religious practice, is being meddled with, and now the reincarnated lamas have to register their birth with the state agencies. The so-called atheist communist government appears to be not so atheist when it comes to the sacred practice of reincarnation. Number 3, violation of language rights of Tibetans. Tibetans, though considered ethnic minorities by China, do not have any language rights. Though on the face of it, China is practicing bilingual policy,
Tibetan language has been replaced by Mandarin as a medium of instruction in Tibetan schools. Monasteries, which were the secondary source of learning Tibetan, have been banned from teaching the Tibetan language during vacation to school children. Tibetan students graduating with specialization in Tibetan language are deprived of any job prospects. The language rights advocates like Tashi Wangchuk, Sonam Palden, Sering Dorji are all being prosecuted by China. Number 4. No freedom of movement or assembly. Tibetans do not have the right to move freely, be it within the designated Tibetan areas, Tibet Autonomous Region, or across China or abroad. They have to register and seek permission to travel, and for traveling abroad, their applications for passports are routinely rejected. They also do not have the right to assemble. Even forming of small groups to air grievances against land grabs or destruction of environment leads to framing of criminal charges against the members and are often subjected to severe punishment. Number 5. Racial discrimination against Tibetans. Tibetans are discriminated against in every aspect of life, be it education, healthcare, employment, or even issuance of passports. In fact, even the UN Committee on Elimination of Racial Discrimination has raised concerns about the discriminative practices against Tibetans and the issuance of passports to Tibetans. Number 6. Crackdown on human rights defenders. China uses its vague terminologies and absurd interpretation of laws to frame Tibetan human rights defenders with criminal charges. The crackdown on land rights advocates, environmental activists, language rights advocates have raised serious questions on the abuse of laws. For example, Tashi Wangchuk was recently sentenced to 5 years in prison for inciting separatism after he spoke to the New York Times about Tibetan language education, causing an international outcry about China's intensified crackdown on human rights defenders. The land rights advocate and crusader of anti-corruption, Anya Santra, was imprisoned and sentenced to 7 years in December 2019 for defending the rights of local Tibetan nomads. Number 7. Enforced disappearances, torture, and custodial deaths. Often the human rights defenders are detained without any official charges for months, during which time they are subjected to inhuman treatments and torture. There have been many cases of custodial deaths. They are denied of free and fair trial and are sentenced to long prison terms. Many such political prisoners have died upon release due to their frail health resulting from years of torture and starvation. Tibet historically was an independent state and possessed all the characteristics of a statehood as per modern international law before the illegal occupation of People's Republic of China. However, Tibetans under the leadership of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the Central Tibetan administration have found a middle ground to conduct dialogues with China. Under middle way policy, what we seek is genuine autonomy and not interdependence. Yet, China has continued to ignore our calls for genuine dialogues and has stepped up on persecution of Tibetans. In view of these, we call upon Your Excellency to visit to Tibet during your visit to China and assess for yourself the situation in Tibet. It is time that the United Nations break its silence. It is time that the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner of Human Rights acts on its mandate to promote and protect human rights that are stipulated under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which are being violated by China vis-a-vis Tibetans. We urge Your Excellency to include Tibet in your itinerary to China. Sincerely, Norbu Tsamda, President, Tibetan Community in Switzerland and Liechtenstein. Thank you very much. Tuchana.
Kushab Testa wala chon tuchina shwe ta ti che la ngana chue ki phegi phemi ki du nyam nyu chomi cham renzi la ne ani nyamde ke zo dwami thodan hen zo ki chip ke zen chon la pyu shudu chati chalo nan yu. The next event we have reading out memorandum of appeal to the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights by Ms. Rinzin La, member of Tibetan Solidarity Movement.
I'm going to read the appeal letter for Ms. Michelle Bachelet, the High Commissioner of Human Rights. It's the 100th appeal letter. Your Excellency, since China's military invasion of Tibet in 1950, some 1.2 million Tibetans have suffered unnatural deaths. The oppressive implementation of China's colonial policies has led to a demographic invasion of Tibet by ethnic Chinese and heavy restrictions on Tibetan language, religion, culture, land, and property rights. As the inhuman existence of Tibetan people became unbearable, peaceful mass protests broke out in Lhasa in 1987 and continued until the Earth Mouse year of 2008. When peaceful protest movement that was unprecedented in its scope and intensity shook the entire historical region of Tibet. Due to China's faulty policies, including the rampant mining works causing catastrophic damage to the fragile ecology of Tibet, both land and people of Tibet are today being pushed to the brink of total annihilation. Thus, in an act of protest against China's wrongful policies in Tibet, in February 2019, the monk Tape of Ngabakirti, for sake of his country and people, committed self-immolation, which is the ultimate form of individual activism. 154 brave Tibetan men and women have resorted to the course of self-immolation in utter desperation, and 132 of them passed away. In retaliation, the Chinese government arrested and forcefully took away the family members of these martyrs and all informants of the incidences. They even restricted the participation to the funeral prayer ceremony by the laymen and women. In violation of their right to free speech, they had to tell untruth or to speak out what they did not want to say. Tibetan tukus and abbots, bhikshus, scholars, writers, folk singers of both genders and other artists are being arrested. Likewise, all Tibetan nationalists, including the environmentalists, businessmen, community leaders, are being arrested and taken away for illegal punishment, imprisonment, or gunned down before the public. There is an increasing number of such sad incidents. In exile, as many as 10 Tibetans, beginning from Thukten Ngundup, have burned themselves as an expression of complete solidarity with their people inside Tibet. Out of them, 8 passed away. In respect of deep-seated aspirations of those who have committed self-immolation, the aspiration of the 1.2 Tibetan who have perished under the Chinese rule, and particularly after considering the lack of freedom and justice for the Tibetan people inside Tibet, a few exiled Tibetan families from Switzerland have since launched on their behalf a campaign every month in front of the United Nations office in Geneva, beginning on the Human Rights Day on December 10, 2012. We will put our demands and aspirations of the Tibetan martyrs before the United Nations, governments, NGOs, and people around the world. Since our homeland Tibet is also a part of this world, since we Tibetans are also human beings of this world, We will ardently appeal the United Nations and the world governments, as well as all the people who believe in truth and justice, to save Tibet and the Tibetan people from tyranny and oppression of the Chinese government, which they have been suffering for the last 60 years. We appeal the United Nations to immediately 1. Review and implement the UN resolutions on Tibet passed in 1959, 1961 and 1965 respectively. 2. Facilitate His Holiness the Dalai Lama's return to Tibet, which is not only the desire of 1.2 million Tibetans who died as a direct result of Chinese invasion and occupation of Tibet, but also the ardent demand of all those who have committed self-immolation and the wider Tibetan people in general. 3. Restore freedom and peace in Tibet. 4. Stop the widespread environmental destruction in Tibet, resulting in deforestation, overgrazing, uncontrolled mining, nuclear waste dumping, forced relocation of nomads from the grasslands. Protect the fragile ecosystem of the Third Pole and the water tower of Asia. 5. Press the Chinese government for the unconditional release of all Tibetan political prisoners, including the 11th Panchen Lama Gendun Chökyi Nyima, abducted at the age of 6. Tashi Wangchuk, serving a 5-year imprisonment sentence for advocating for the mother tongue-based education for Tibetan children, the right enshrined within the Chinese constitutions. 6. Urge the Chinese authorities to investigate the situation surrounding the suppression of Tibetan religion and cultural freedom, including mass demolition of Larungar and Yanchengar, world's largest Tibetan Buddhist learning institution situation in Katsi, Tibetan areas incorporated in China's Sichuan province, and forced eviction of nuns and monks. 7. Set up and lead urgently an independent fact-finding UN mission to visit and probe the recent series of self-immolation protests in Tibet. 8. Pressure the Chinese government to resolve the issue of Tibet by earnestly engaging in substantive negotiations with the representatives of Central Tibetan Administration, Dharamsala, India. 9. Call China to uphold its international obligations and respect the rights of all people, including the Southern Mongolian and Uyghur populations. Your Excellency, we are asking for your support and urgent action now. Save Tibet and the Tibetan people. Sincerely yours, Tibet Solidarity Movement. Thank you very much.
Jungle Regional Toshana Shui. Zerim Tubadilla Garans Mutin Kebekoi. In the next
In Tibet, we demand human rights. We demand human rights. We demand human rights. Tibet is burning.
China is lying.
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 We want justice in Tibet, We want justice
In Tibet.
We want justice
In Tibet.
We political prisoners.
In Tibet.
Release all the political prisoners.
In Tibet.
Release all the political prisoners.
In Tibet.
Release all the political prisoners.
In Tibet.
We want.
Dialogue.
We want.
Dialogue.
We want.
Dialogue.
We want.
Dialogue.
Tibet belongs to.
Tibetans.
Tibet belongs to.
Tibetans.
Tibet belongs to.
Tibetans.
We demand human rights.
In Tibet.
We demand human rights.
In Tibet.
We demand human rights.
In Tibet.
Tibet is burning.
China is lying.
Tibet is burning.
China is lying.
Tibet is burning.
China is lying.
We want justice.
In Tibet.
We want justice.
In Tibet.
We want justice.
In Tibet.
Release all the political prisoners.
In Tibet.
Release all the political prisoners.
In Tibet.
We want.
Dialogue.
We want.
Dialogue.
We want.
Dialogue.
We want.
Dialogue.
Tibet belongs to.
Tibetans.
Tibet belongs to.
Tibetans.
Tibet belongs to.
Tibetans.
Tibet belongs to.
Tibetans.
We want human rights.
In Tibet.
We want human rights.
In Tibet.
We want human rights.
In Tibet.
Tibet is burning.
China is lying.
Tibet is burning.
China is lying.
Tibet is burning.
China is lying.
We want justice.
In Tibet.
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 Release all the political prisoners.
In Tibet.
Release all the political prisoners.
In Tibet.
Release all the political prisoners.
In Tibet.
We want.
Dialogue.
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 Tibet belongs to.
Tibetans.
Tibet belongs to.
Tibetans.
Tibet belongs to.
Tibetans.
Long live.
Dalai Lama.
Long live.
Dalai Lama.
Long live.
Dalai Lama.
Let the Dalai Lama.
Return to Tibet.
Let the Dalai Lama.
Return to Tibet.
Let the Dalai Lama.
Return to Tibet.
We want.
Dialogue.
We want.
Dialogue.
We want.
Dialogue.
We want.
Dialogue.
Wake up, wake up.
UNO.
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 We want.
Dialogue.
We want.
Dialogue.
Peki Dakpo.
Lemeye.
Peki Dakpo.
Lemeye.
Peki Dakpo.
Lemeye.
What we want.
We want freedom.
What we want.
We want freedom.
What we want.
We want justice.
What we want.
We want justice.
We want.
Dialogue.
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 Long live.
Dalai Lama.
We want.
We want justice.
We want.
Dialogue.
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 When we have a march towards the Palace des Nations,
Lord.